Hello student. So here we are going to discuss the political science chapter 2, what is democracy, why democracy, part 3. The remaining part of the chapter, we have finished our 2 session of this chapter. I hope you understand properly. Now let's move towards the last part of the chapter. Why democracy? Now we are going to discuss here arguments in support of democracy. It is more accountable form of government. Why democracy is a better form of government? Why? Because it is accountable to the people. Accountable means more what? Government is answerable to the people. It improves the quality of decision making process. Though it delay, but it improves the decision making process. It provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. It provides lots of method how to deal with the differences and conflicts between the government and the people, government and the governments, central government and the state government among the countries. So all these methods democracy provides to deal with all these problems systematically, properly. It allows us to correct its own mistake also. It is better than other form of government, that is the monarchy and dictatorship. So democracy is the better form of government. It is considered the best form of government. Now see the merits of democracy. A democratic government is a better government because it is more accountable form of government. Already I told you accountable means what? Answerable. It is answerable. Government is answerable to people because uh, in government, who rule the government? That is the representative. The representative which are elected by the people. So here the representative govern the country on behalf of the people. So they should be answerable to the people. Next, democracy improves the quality of decision making process. Next merit is what? Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflict. It is suitable to countries like India. India having diversity of language, religion and culture. Democracy in India made it possible to keep unity in diversity. So, democracy bind the people all together. The democracy unite the people. So, in India, so many that religion, caste, customs, traditions, different languages are there. So, then also democracy unite the people. It keep unity among the people in this diversity. In a democracy, no one is a permanent winner or loser. So those who currently rule over the country, they are having fair chance to lose in future. Democracy is better than other form of government because it allows us to correct its own mistakes. So if anybody is that by mistake they have done any mistake or intentionally they have done. So there is a chance to correct themselves in the process of democracy. Democracy enhances the dignity of citizens. It provides so many rights to the common people because it is based on the principle of political equality. All are equal in front of law. So on recognizing that the poorest and the least educated have the same status as the rich and the educated one. So democracy provides the rules and regulation that we people are all are equal in front of law. Though people are rich or poor, illiterate or literate, no matter. But all are equal in front of law. So that's why democracy is a better form of government. Now see the demerits or drawbacks of democracy. Leaders keep changing in a democracy. This leads to instability. So no one is permanent in the process of democracy. Leaders keep changing. So it is not possible to make stability in the country. This leads to instability. This is the first demerits of the democracy. Democracy is all about political competition and power play. There is no scope for morality. So in this So many people are using dirty tricks to win the election. So no moral values are there. Elected leaders do not know the best interest of the people. It leads to bad decision also. Sometimes elected leaders, such a vast that country, vast population is there. So it is not possible for the leader to uh, know about the choices and interest of the common people. So sometimes it leads to bad decision also. Democracy leads to corruption for it is based on electoral competition. So among the parties at the time of election, lots of competition is there, and which leads towards the corruption at the time of electoral competition election. Ordinary people don't know what is good for them. They should not decide anything. So ordinary people not aware from their rights, and they sometimes they don't know what is good for them and what is bad for them. So they should not decide anything properly. Now, two types of democracy is there: direct democracy and indirect democracy. Now, first you see this direct democracy. It is a political setup where the people themselves makes the laws and parliament directly in the functioning of the government. So, this in democracy, that government is totally a political setup where people themselves make their own rules and regulation, and parliament directly in the functioning of the government. Decisions are taken on the base of the majority of the opinion. Whatever the majority people take opinion. So democracy are taken on the basis of that majority of the opinion. Decisions are taken. So whatever the majority take decision. So government rule according to that. It is suitable for the geographically small countries with less population. So sometimes that we feel that this democracy process is suitable for the small country where less population is there. It is not suitable to the large country. The example is ancient Greek or Rome and India. Modern period is Switzerland. In direct democracy in the modern world, most of the countries are following the indirect democracy. So most of the countries following this indirect democracy. It is a system in which the representatives are elected by the people and they act on behalf of the people. They are so sensitive to cater the needs and opinion of the people like India, France and USA. They are having this such type of indirect democracy system. Now argument against the democracy. We have seen that in the first slide, argument in favor of the democracy. Now see argument against the democracy. Leaders keep changing in democracy, so it leads to instability. It's all about political competition and power play. So fully it is based on the political power competition and power play. Those who are rich, they are having this power. Many people have to consulted in democracy that leads to delay in decision making process. So many people are concerned towards the decision making process and they are consulted. So it leads to delay in decision making process. Elected leaders do not know the best interests of the people, so it leads to bad decision also. It based on electoral competition, so it leads to corruption also. Ordinary people do not know what is good for them, so they are unable to decide what is good and bad for them. So all these are the argument against the democracy means what? Demerits of the democracy. Already we discussed in our previous slide. Now, what is the broader meaning of democracy? Deeper meaning of democracy. In this slide, we will discuss. A representative democracy is one in which people elect their representative to form the government, to legislature. Now, so here, people elect their representative to run the government on behalf of them. These representative will form the government and govern the country. Now, what is the difference between the democratic and the dictatorship? Now first we will discuss about the democracy. Power lies in hands of people. In under the democracy, powers are in the hands of the people, because indirectly it is in the hands of the people, because the representative who govern the country, they run on behalf of the people because they are elected by the people. People has a right to choose the government through election. People enjoy freedom of speech and impression. All citizens is equal in the eyes of law. All are equal in front of the law, though it is poor or rich, literate or illiterate. All are equal in front of the law. Policy are made for the benefits of the people. Here, whatever the government is framing policy, they first see the welfare of the people, the benefit of the people, while they are framing the policies to run the government. Just the opposite to all this in the dictatorship. Power lies in hands of an individual. Only one individual is having a whole power. People do not have right to choose the government. People are not having their role in the forming of the government. People do not have any rights. Whatever the freedom and speech and impression they are having, people are having rights, all these rights. Under the democracy, here in dictatorship, people do not have any such type of rights. There is no equality among the people. They are not getting any equal rights. Policies are made for the benefits of an individual. Policies are made for the benefits of an individual only, not for the people. So here we have discussed the difference between the democratic and the dictatorship. On this chapter, we understood the meaning of democracy in a limited and a descriptive sense. We have understood democracy is a form of government. The most common form that democracy takes in our times is that of a representative form of democracy, where people elect their representative to run the government. In the countries we all call democracy, all the people do not rule. A majority is allowed to take decision on behalf of all the people. Even majority does not rule directly. Indirectly, they rule over the country. Modern democracy, in democracy, majority of people rule through their elected representative. Now, why? Modern democracies involve such a large number of people that it is physically impossible for them to sit together and take a collective decision. We will take here example of India. Such a large population is there, so it is not possible for all the people to sit together and take any collective decision. So that's why they elect the representative on behalf of them to take decision and to run the government. Even if they could, the citizen does not have the time, the desire or the skills to take part in all the decision making process. Now, what is the main aim of good democracy? True democracy will come to this country only when no one goes hungry to bed. This is the true meaning of democracy, when all the people will get a two time of meal. So no one will goes hungry to bed. This is the actual meaning of democracy. In a democracy, every citizen must be able to play equal a role in decision making process. For this, you don't need just an equal right to vote. Every citizen needs to have equal information. Means all will get equal information, basic education and resources and a lot of commitment. So here we finish our chapter. What is democracy? Why democracy? I think you understand all the three sessions of this chapter. So we will meet in the next video. Till that, bye. Take care.